What a week we've had, hey, music, in the world of music. It's the Up to 11 podcast with your host, Dan Groom. Now, we've had an Oasis ticket sale and don't get me started on being in the queue for that. God damn. I got to the back of the queue, the front of the queue about 6 hours later. It was about 3 p.m. as I got on, and I was like, "Oh, tickets left." No, there wasn't. The site crashed. It was 350 quid, and I was like, "You know what? It's Oasis. When are you gonna see these guys ever?" And I tried to purchase tickets, but it wasn't having any of it. So yeah, So we got an announcement from Oasis for their reunion, and obviously we got a Linkin Park announcement just yesterday, a few hours ago, in fact, of this recording. Linkin Park. So, well, it's not really a reunion, is it? It's more of they are back with a new singer and a new drummer. But that's on the previous podcast. I'll do something maybe about Oasis. I don't know, the whole Ticketmaster debacle in a different episode. But this episode is about a band called Busted. I've been to see him 6 times, I want to say. I've been to see it. It could be 7. Could be 7. They were one of my very first concerts back when they did, I think it was called a Present for Everyone tour, back in like 2003 or 4, whichever it was. It might have been 2004 when they played the NEC back in the day. It was one of my first ever concerts. I remember it very well. We were actually, I think we're on, if I was facing the stage, we were to the right of it on the bit of a diagonal, and we were in the seating section on the sides, and I think it was on the first row, if I'm not mistaken, first row at the NEC. Time flies, eh? And that was 20 years ago. So Charlie, Matt, and James, without you guys, I probably would not be here, or I probably would not love music as much as I do, because you were the very first bands, very first artist or bands I ever saw. But we fast forward 20 years to what tour do you call it, really? I mean, what's the tour called? It's just the Greatest Hits tour, isn't it? It's sort of an extension on for the 20th anniversary, really. And yeah, me and my mate went to see them last year. And they pretty much played the same set list as they did. I went to see him at Trentham Gardens a few weeks ago on the 18th of August. It was a good show. From what I remember, well, the support were something. Now, one of them was called the Tyne. Well, that was their old name. They were called the Tyne, and I thought they were called because it was maybe they're from, they were probably from Newcastle upon Tyne, But no, they're called, well, they're now called Soap, but they're originally called the Tyne. And they, I think, are from Newcastle, if I'm not mistaken. I'm having a Google. I should have had this ready and waiting. No. I mean, there you go. Soap. The band Soap Formerly known as The Tyne, yes, the ones that played on the Busted Arena Tour 2023. They were good. I really liked their music. Let me have a look. Like I said, I should have had this stuff ready. We live and we learn. Learning on the job, Learning on the job. They thought... I was reading a article, and actually, as a matter of fact, they actually changed it like a couple of weeks after the tour had finished, the arena tour for the Busted Arena Tour, and it was I don't know who they're called. They were called. Excuse me. They were like a pop punk band. So the band adopted its original name when forming for more than 5 years ago now. They've gone various changes since with their little link to the river in the northeast, aside from lead singer Ryan hailing from near Durham. So yeah, I think they changed it. I think it was just because they wanted to change it, and it reflected them more than anything. And an actual band that they had as their support when they were playing in the small venues. I think it was last year, was it? I can't remember. But they had like South Arcade, who are an up and coming band. I actually recommend you go listen to them. They are amazing. The lead singer, I don't actually know her name, but they are an amazing band. Go listen to How to Get Away with Murder, Stone Cold Summer, and Riptide. They're good. I tell you, they're so good. Yeah, go have a listen. I think they're from the UK, if I'm not mistaken, as well. They're actually on tour. A little plug for you guys. They are playing... Who's the lead singer of South Arcade? Her name... So on vocals, we've got Harmony Cavallel, I think. Not the footballer, Harry Winks on guitar, and Ollie Green on bass, with Cody Jones on drums. That sounds like a sick name. Cody Jones. I mean, it's quite close to a very famous drummer called Cozy Powell, if you've ever heard of him. Yeah, they're on tour. I'll tell you where they're touring once the page loads. They're playing the Bodega in Nottingham. They're playing the Kearney in Newcastle upon Tyne. They're playing the Bullingdon in Oxford. I've probably butchered that name. And they're playing Boom in Leeds, and then they're playing the Dome in London. They're actually touring at the end of the month, from the 24th of September to the 2nd of October. So if you fancy having a ticket, go see him. I mean, I was going to buy a ticket to go see him actually on the 24th for the Nottingham show. Ooh, not the camera over the mic over nearly. But on the 24th of September, I mean, Linkin Park just announced some shows. So, sorry, South Arcade, you'll have to wait. I could probably make up the trip to Oxford or down to Oxford or Leeds. Problem is, it's on the weekend and I don't have many holidays left. So, but yeah, let's talk about what we are here for. Let's talk about Busted. They've been playing like a lot of some outdoor summer shows. They've played, I'll just name a few for you. So they've played, excuse me, they were at Download actually, and apparently there was a massive queue for them. I wanted to go Download this year, but my mate was like, no, I'm not going. And I'm like, kiddo, you know, Queens of the Stone Age, Fall Out Boy, and I can't remember who else was touring. Who was else on the bill, but there was a massive queue for Busted. There was queues outside the tents, from what I heard, and yeah, people reliving the early 2000s when they were probably about 6 or 7 years old, maybe even 10. In 2004, I was 6. Yeah, and I went to a Busted show. 6 years old and going to a gig. Start 'em young, gay people. Start 'em young. Oh, hello. So they've been playing a lot of summer shows, outdoor venues on their own thing. They've been playing High Point in Lancaster. They played Pub in the Park. They've played Brighton Valley Festival Series, obviously Download at Donington. They've played the Bristol Sounds at the Lloyd's Amphitheatre in Bristol, Stirling Summer Sessions. They've played the Chiswick House and Gardens Trust, the Sound of the City in Leeds. They've played Newmarket Racecourse in Newmarket, if you didn't get that place. Trentham Gardens, the one I went to. They played Margate Summer Series. They played the Silverstone Festival, the Victorious Festival in Portsmouth, which apparently that was a great festival to go to. But it was on the same weekend as the Reading and Leeds Festival. Yeah, there's a lot of festivals that went on the bank holiday weekend, like Tunes in the Park in St Germain's. I've probably butchered that, but at Port Eliot Estate, I think McFlyer actually have played there already, I think, from what I gathered, because I'm seeing them next month at it's an aerodrome in Manchester. I can't remember what it's called now. It's on the tip of my tongue. But yeah, McFly have played there. They've played Port Eliot Estates in Devon, if I'm not mistaken, near Plymouth. I can't remember. They've played the Hitchin Priory in Hitchin, Somerset Live in Taunton, and obviously it's the final show at the Scarborough Open Air Theatre in Scarborough. That's actually one venue I'd like to go. It is the Open Air Theatre in Scarborough, because it's like if you've ever been to the Castlefields Bowl in Manchester, it's a nice little venue just on the I was going to say the banks of the River Nile. No. What is that from? Oh no, that's U2. That's Bono speaking about equality and stuff from their show in Chicago. He talks about from the banks of the River Nile and the swamp lands of Louisiana, and yeah, I'm a bit, when it comes to quotes and stuff like that, I don't know, I take it to heart. It's like it's something to. I think Bono's a genius. For anyone who says he's not, I'm keeping this podcast friendly, can kindly do one. If you get the reference, Shaun of the Dead, where Nick Frost? Yeah, Nick Frost's character gives the finger. Is it Shaun of the Dead or is it Hot Fuzz? It's Hot Fuzz. I can't remember which one it is, It's Hot Fuzz, isn't it? We're Danny. Oh, that was a terrible try at a Wish Country accent. That was even more terrible, wasn't it? You've probably just decided to stop listening to the podcast. I wouldn't blame you. I would not blame you. I laugh if I'm not even. Oh, I was gonna say it. I laugh if I'm not recording the last 15 minutes, but no. Excuse me. So, we were on about. What were we on about? Oh, we were on about Castlefields Bowl in Manchester. It's basically on the bank. Well, it's a bank, isn't it? It's more of a port, isn't it? In on the canal, near like the Trafford Quarry bit. Is it called the Trafford Quarry? I can't remember. And basically they like build a stage on top of the water, but I think that's how they do it. And the same with the open air theatre in Scarborough. I'm just gonna have a look actually. Scarborough Open Air Theatre. It's up north. It's North Yorkshire. Is that a? Oh no! Oh no! They filled it in. They filled it in. They've filled it in for some reason. Oh no, they haven't. Or is that an old photo? So basically, you've got seats on the bank, and you've got like this little canal bit that runs. Yeah. Oh yeah. That's a good photo that goes through, and then the stage is on the other side, and that's like Castlefields in Manchester. I've never been to a show there. I'd love to at some point in my. That is one venue I'd love to go. There's a few venues I'd love to go, and that's Rock City in Nottingham, the KK Steel Mill in Wolverhampton, Gorilla. Is it called Gorilla in I think it's called Gorilla in Manchester. It's a small venue in Manchester. I'd love to go to the Barrowlands in Glasgow. I think that's a bucket list festival, a bucket list venue to go to. Obviously the Castlefields Bowl in Manchester, of course. Where else are we thinking? Maybe Hyde Park in good old London town is probably one a bucket list as well. There's a load of them, I'd say, that are on my. Wouldn't say bucket list, but I'd love to go see. I'd love to just like the Hollywood Bowl, the Gorge Amphitheatre in George Washington. I'd love to go to Red Rocks Amphitheatre in Colorado, just outside Denver. I feel like that view would be hella awesome. There's a few places. There's definitely a few places I'd love to go see. I've been to the National Bowl in Milton Keynes. Not the best, I won't lie. Went to see Muse there a few years ago. No, last year was it? I can't remember. 2023. God, Gordon Bennett. That's gone by pretty quickly. Is there another place here in the UK that I would love to go? I can't remember now. Maybe. Ooh. I can't. No, I don't think there's anything else. Maybe. Oh, the Roundhouse. The Roundhouse in Camden Town. I'd probably put that on the list, and the KOKO as well. In Camden as well. To be fair, any venue in London. I've been to Wembley Stadium, been to Wembley Arena, been to the London Stadium, been to the O2. I'm just flexing now, aren't I? I'll shut up, eh? Let's go back to the Busted show. So, we were talking about the Scarborough thing, and then we went off on a tangent and talked about what venues we'd like to go to. That could be done for another podcast, you know. Another episode, really. But, yeah. Now, it was a short set. It was about an hour and 10 minutes long. They came on pretty late, actually. It was about 25 past 9, when they eventually came on, which was a little bit annoying, I won't lie. We were waiting a long time because there was obviously Soap, aka The Tyne, who was the first support. played really good. I remember we were saying actually, when they were coming on, I was like, we were searching Soap. I was like, well, we didn't really search them. I mean, we were like, who the hell are Soap? No, Daniel, don't do a. What the hell kind of name is Soap? Call of Duty reference. Boom. I'll get that out of the way. Sorry, guys. That is just sorry. That's my brain for you. So when they were coming on stage, and we were like, these guys look really familiar. And then I think I said to my best mate, and I was like, I think these guys were called something else. These guys were in the arena show with, well, they were support for it when they did the arena tour last year, and you was like, yeah, they do look familiar, like, and then I think a couple of songs in, they said, if you know us, I think they said it. I think he did say it, the front man. I think he did say something on the lines, if you know who we are, we might have been called previously something else, or so. I think he did. I could be completely wrong. But yeah, they were good, and actually they were better actually. And then the other support, I tell you what, he kicked maximum. I was going to say maximum derriere, but like I said, keep it PG, people. Keep it PG. He was a entrant for the Eurovision. He was Iceland's entry to the 2021 Eurovision Song Contest. And, well, his name is Daddy. And I don't know how you pronounce his name, but I've got his name right here. It's if you were writing his name, his name was D-A, what looks like an O, and an I, and then his surname F-R-E-Y-R, Daddy-O Freya, something along the lines. And I tell you what, he was good. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not a big fan of dance music, but he got me in the mood. I tell you, if it wasn't for that dude, I would have, because we were waiting a long time between him and when Busted came on, and he did a great job. He kept us entertained, and if it probably, like I said, if it wasn't for him on stage at that point, and obviously waiting a long time for Busted, I think it would have been the show would have been less good. And the guy's like 6'8" or something. He was massive. He was tall as anything. Really nice vocals as well. Yeah. And what did he look like? I can't remember what he actually looked like, but I said to my mate, I was like, he looks like Thingy out of Thingy or whatever. And you guys will be saying Thingy out of Thingy. Yeah, I know Thingy out of Thingy. No, you won't. Yep. Here we go. His Wikipedia page. That doesn't help me at all. Does not help me whatsoever. He is an Icelandic musician living in Berlin. Fair enough. He was born in Reykjavik, in Iceland. Beautiful city. I'd recommend the geezers. I definitely would. Like I said, off on the tangent again, we want to keep this to the minimum. So, Busted came on really, really late. I think. Daddy-O came off, I think roughly about 8:15, maybe 8:20. It was it still daylight when he went off stage? I think it might have still been a little bit of a daylight when he came off stage. And then, because, well, at Trentham Gardens, I think Hits Radio in Stoke were the main sponsor for the show. So they had the two hosts coming up on stage. I think they come on stage like 4 or 5 times throughout, and introduced whoever's coming on first. And I think it was mainly down for the radio maybe and stuff like that. But it was cringeworthy, I tell you. It was proper cringeworthy. So they did their bit, but they literally had Hits Radio were in charge of the music between acts. So they decided to play, I think, 7, 8 songs again and again. I think I heard Sabrina Carpenter's Espresso like 20 times that night. Don't get me wrong, the song is decent, but honestly, I wanted to stick pins in my eyes, I tell you. And then I think it was the new Eminem song. I love Eminem, but I'm not a fan no more. I really, really ain't a fan no more. We were like, come on, please, let this song end. Come on, Busted, let's get on stage, and it was just, so it was, and then when Busted came on stage, they were fantastic, as always. So it was quite a short set. They only played the greatest hits, really. They obviously played Bop from Hanson. They didn't come on stage, unfortunately, like they did in the arena tour. But they... Oh, my phone is going off. Sorry. That was a massive pause there, sorry. My mate was just texting me because I'd just shown him the first episode that I did. So the set list was Air Hostess, Meet You There, Lose a Kid, You Said No, Everything I Knew, Bop, Sleeping with the Light On, Make It a Good One, sort of good one, What I Go to School For, Who's David, Thunderbirds Are Go, She Wants to Be Me, 3 AM, Crash the Wedding, and obviously they jumped into year 3000. I was hoping they played maybe the new stuff, like, Halfway There, or not, maybe one from each, would have been nice, but to at least make the show a little longer, because I feel like they were only on stage for like literally an hour and 10 minutes, which, I'm not a fan of really short shows. 90 minutes or more, and I'm happy. If you've got songs that if you have a 12 or a 14 song set list, and if those songs are really long, like 6-7 minutes long, like a Metallica gig, the average song is about 7 minutes for a Metallica song, and they do about 18 songs in 2 hours and 20 minutes or so, don't they? I think, give or take. They do 16 songs, don't they, for a main set, and then they 15 songs for a main set, and then maybe do 2 or 3 songs for the end, for the encore. And But yeah, Busted, I think they had about 15 songs, I think it was. But yeah, they could have maybe done 18. I know, I'm like... you know... But anyway, it would have been nice for them to... Because it is it's part of the anniversary, isn't it? You know, and sort of the greatest hits. But if you get... Because you got Good One, which is a new track. We haven't heard anything from the new album yet, which I'm a bit concerned about. Because... Well, we're waiting on that new album. I'm waiting on that new album. And I need it. Charlie, James, Matt, sort it. Please. Pretty please. So yeah, because Night Driver and Halfway There, adding one from each would have been fantastic. Coming Home from Night Driver or New York would have been amazing to fit onto the set list. And obviously 90s or Reunion for Halfway There. So it would have been nice for 17 songs or so. But no, they kept it with the 20th anniversary shows, which is fine. But I'm hoping for greater things, boys. I mean, a Busted song's like 3 to 4 minutes, isn't it, average? So there was like maybe 2-3 minutes in between each song, wasn't there? You know, because they were on stage for an hour and 10 minutes, thereabouts. So, and what, 15 songs, yeah. So, yeah, exactly. So, anyway, I love the banter between them and McFly. I think it's amazing, especially Matt's banter with them. I can't remember what he said. It was that long. It was a couple of weeks ago now, but oh yeah, apparently they played Trentham. Actually, as a matter of fact, I'll find that out if that's real or not. They played Trentham 20 odd years ago, and their support back then was, guess it, McFly. So yeah, which I thought was pretty funny. But anyway, so they still have a bit of banter. I love it. I'd love to see McBusted become a thing again, but no, keep where everything is now. And I mean, a co-headline tour would be absolutely fantastic. You know, each night, an hour and a half for each band. It would be sick to have them both on as co-headliners. They could easily do a stadium show. Excuse me. They can maybe do the Emirates Stadium, or you know, they could. I definitely think they could fill Wembley Stadium, but I think it might be a tough ask. But Emirates, they could definitely fill that. Hyde Park would actually be a good choice because it's outdoors. I'm having a look now to see if they actually did perform at Trentham Gardens back in the day. Let's have a look. That's Japan. That's more of England. Powderdam Castle in Exeter. They've played outside there. That's a decent place as well. Oh, Nebworth. That's another one on my go-to places. Who did it? July the 10th, 2004, they played Britannia Stadium. And who were they on for? They must... Majeski Stadium, Reading, McFly and Busted. Blue? Oh no, it'll be like a radio show or something or other, because you had McFly, Busted, Blue, yeah, and a few other peoples. So that was like a small festival, shall we say? Um, Trentham Gardens. Actually, you know what? Trentham Gardens. I probably won't find it, you see, because I'm trying to look for artists. McFly've played it 3 times. 2021. Eh? They played Trentham. Why didn't I not get tickets for that show? Funny, and I'll tell you actually, because 2021, McFly were the first gig back that I went to after lockdown, and it was awesome. Went to see him at the NEC, the Genting Arena at the time. It's called something else now. I'm losing track of how many times they're changing these names. I'll tell you a funny story about also the new arena in Manchester. My mum thought the Co-op Live Arena was the AO Arena, just renamed. So she booked tickets for her and my dad to go see the Eagles. They're a band I would love to go see, but I didn't want to crash me mum and dad's thing. So we got to so she booked the Radisson Inn, which is just opposite, diagonally opposite the AO Arena, and I was like, Mum, you know the Co-op Live Arena is a new arena. It's next to the Etihad Stadium. And she was like, eh? I thought they just renamed the AO. I was like, no. And she was like, and she said to me, no wonder the hotel prices were cheap and I could book a room. So I was like, yeah, no wonder. So I don't know. I think they kept the reservation at the Radisson Inn in Manchester, and they just used the Metro, which is actually free to use to all concert goers. And I think it's free actually, free. I could be completely wrong, but yeah, to get back into the city. We did it for Coldplay back in 2016 for the Head for the Dreams tour. Oh, what a night that was. Anyway, back to Busted. I'm at Fly, really. So they played Trentham Gardens. They've played Trentham Gardens every year, apart from this year. So let's have a look. All artists. Busted. AC/DC have played other. Last night she said. Oh, apparently. I knew they were chatting. They never played Trentham with McFly. I was like, yeah, they never did. They were just on the same tour on the same year when they were touring with the stadiums and stuff. That's what they probably thought, because it was the Britannia Stadium. It's just a couple of miles down the road, isn't it? From Trentham. If you've ever been to Stoke, I would recommend. Hanley's a decent place, sort of. I don't want to badmouth my mum and dad's city where they grew up. I love Stoke. Yeah, great little place. So yeah, overall the Busted gig was good. It's a shame they didn't play more from the other albums. They just played stuff from the very first album, and of course, for the first 2 albums, and and the new song as well, which we're waiting on. But it was a good night. I enjoyed it. Uh, Spoke to a few good people whilst we were there. It's always nice to chat to people around you. Me and my mate do that an awful lot. Yeah, it was really nice. I thought this couple in front of us, I thought they were European. And at the end of the show, they were like, "Thank you for keeping us entertained." I was like, "Oh, cheers." And I was like, "Right, kiddo, let's go get a..." And I picked up a guitar pick as well. Great, nice little good, very, very thin guitar pick as well. It had, I can't remember whose signature it was. It might have been Charlie's or James's, but yeah, I'd recommend Trentham Gardens for a gig, especially if you live in the area. It's cheap, parking is free. Go to the Frankie and Benny's there if you fancy it. I was luckily, I literally booked the table a day or two before, and I was able to book it, which is very, very surprising. We were quite close to the front. I thought we were going to be right near the front, but we weren't. The one thing I regret was spending 60 quid on a hoodie, because I queued up. The problem is I queued up all that time I already had the merch, because it was the same merch from the arena tour. And I was like, I've got that shirt. And I'm like, I don't particularly fancy this shirt. And I was like, I really like the hoodie. And I should have got the next lot. It was an extra large hoodie. An extra large one. Well, just an extra large. It's not an extra large. Well, I should have asked for the double XL. But the extra large was pretty tight, I tell you. I'm fat, but I tell you what, I can fit into large hoodies mainly. But I think it was just... Actually, I find that with band merch all the time. With artists and bands merch, when I bought the Catfish and the Bottomman hoodie, I think, when we went to see them in 2017. Was it 2017? No. When they played, I think it was the final arena show in the UK, in Birmingham. We were on the floor, and I was like, "Hey kiddo, I'm just going to go get a hoodie. Well, I'll just see what merch they had." And I literally bought an extra large in the Catfish hoodie. And I tell you what, it was tight as anything. Just like the busted thing. So always go up a size for the hoodie when it comes to artist and band merch. There's my top tip, okay? Top tip. And always just go for the safe option. Just go for the regular size you would go for if you were buying the t-shirt. So, because it sometimes is always pretty baggy anyway when it comes to the t-shirt. So yeah, still great night. There was a load of... I didn't realise there was a load of people that I'm friends with on Facebook who I don't even chat to. There was a load of photos like, oh, they went, cool. And actually the people that we stood next to, I thought I'd recognised them, but I didn't want to say anything. And literally, obviously, I checked Facebook, and they had photos as well. And I was like, oh, that's me in the background. And I was like, oh, that's who it is. Obviously, I'm not going to name names, but, you know. So I was like, I wonder why I recognised her. So, yeah. Busted was awesome. It's not the final show of the summer shows. Still got my fly to go. I'll be doing that review when it comes next week, when we go next week. Probably try and do it maybe roughly, probably the night. I'll get home and probably do it then and then, maybe. Just depends what time I get home. Like now it's 28 minutes past 2 in the morning. Me doing the Busted review. So yeah, I recommend. Busted are great, but we want the new music. It's about time we get the new album and a new tour. Well, I wouldn't say a new tour, but definitely a new album, because we're in desperate need of some decent punk rock music. Sorry, pop punk. Is it called pop punk, really? Because it is quite radio friendly, isn't it? Busted music is. But anyway, go see South Arcade and go see Soap if you can. I don't know if Soap are on tour, but I'll check their socials for you if you want to see. Oh, what was that? Also, one thing. Oh, the Ticketmaster debacle for the dynamic pricing is being under investigation by the CMA, which is the Competitive Markets. I can't remember what it was called. CMA UK Gov. The Competition and Markets Authority. Sorry, they were dealing with the Xbox merger with Activision Blizzard a few years, last year. So and yeah. So fingers crossed they can gut the B words at Ticketmaster, and then hopefully face value tickets will be the norm and prices won't be skyrocketed. I'll do another episode not on the price rises of tickets, but it's just an absolute shambles. It's false advertisement is what it is. You bring out the prices, it's 150 quid for standard, but then 350 quid later on. And they always do it. And if you want to get into concerts, my tip, I'll end with this tip for you. If you ever wanting to go see your favourite artist or band, make sure you get in the pre-sale. So you sign up on the mailing list. If they're bringing out a new album, they'll ask you to pre-order it. I mean, a lot of the time I do pre-order the new album. I'm fine with that. But if you're not that bothered about having the new albums and stuff, because you've got it all on your phone, your streaming devices and stuff. So physical copies might not be your type of thing, but I mean they are for me. I love a CD. I love a record. I love a vinyl. But sign up for the mailing list. But there'll be But like I said, that they'll ask you to pre-order the new album, but they don't. But they always say no purchase necessary. There'll be like little asterisk star, and you click on I think the no purchase necessary, and you just type in your email, be a part of the mailing list, and then you're added to the pre-sale. Then because you'll get it in an email, and always get the tickets in the pre-sale as soon as they go on sale, because if you come back when they go on general sale, the prices do go up. For Green Day this year, went to see them in Wembley. I purchased the tickets on the pre-sale, and they were 90 quid. I think they were 90 quid each, if I remember. I think they were just under it. And then when I went to check back on the Friday night, they hadn't sold out, which is okay. But the prices of them for front pitch standing, I purchased. I didn't bother purchasing the general admission bit. No, front standing, always the way to go. It might have been 95 quid if I remember, because it was front pitch standing. But then I checked back for the same gig after they went on general sale. The buggers at Ticketmaster bumped up the prices to 250 quid. So they bumped them up for front standing. And even like general admission was like 350 quid. I'm like, why would you pay that when you can get it front standing for 100 quid cheaper? It just makes no sense. So make sure you get in the pre-sale and get in early, because if you get in the pre-sale but come in like 6 hours later, there won't be any tickets left. And plus, if there is, the prices of the tickets will be more expensive. So there's my tip for you. Now they'll probably hear this and go, well, we'll make the prices the same on the pre-sale and general sale, which I'm hoping they don't. And the problem is with C-Tickets, Gigs and Tours, those sites that do sell them proper tickets for face value, they just can't compete with Ticketmaster. They can't hold the traffic. I was on all day on Gigs and Tours and C-Tickets, those two websites. I was on those websites from 8:30 on the dot, and it kept refreshing every 30 seconds as it does, and I didn't get in. I did not get in whatsoever until the tickets had sold out, and I was able to select dates, but everything was sold out. So never mind, I'm gonna try and get some Oasis tickets. Fingers crossed. They need to add more dates, don't they, for Oasis? But yeah, I feel like I'm waffling on now, so I'm gonna call it a night. Ooh, I was a bit loud. My mum and dad are in bed, so I should tone it down. But South Arcade, Soap, and Busted are a great band. There you go. Oh, and Daddy from Iceland, I'd recommend. Well, I don't know, go recommend C, but maybe listening to his music. So I hope you're enjoying the podcast. I'm getting slightly better, I feel, because the Linkin Park one was a bit disjointed with it being my very first episode. It feels like it was disjointed with this one, with it being the second one, but this is the Busted review. A few weeks too late, but I didn't have the good microphone then, and I was like, I'm not going to be recording with AirPods. There's just no way. So I've got if you want to know what I've got the Elgato Wave Neo. It's relatively cheap, about 90 quid, and actually it feels really sturdy for 90 quid, especially for Elgato. It looks expensive, but it's not. You know what I mean? So you don't need a Shure microphone or a, is it Sennheiser? Sennheiser? How do you pronounce it again? No. I can't pronounce it now. Sennheiser. Nope, never mind. I'm just Googling it. Sennheiser. Sennheiser? Is it? It's going to bug me. You'll have to bear with. Oh, no, it's a Sennheiser. Sennheiser? I think it's called Sennheiser. Images. Yeah, that's them. Where it's got like a sort of a straight S on a diagonal. Sennheiser. You don't need one of them either. It's been a really... So yeah, like I said, I'm waffling on. I'm just going to tell you about the my busted shows, actually. I'd said 7, didn't I? So I think... So, Trentham, AO Arena, Manchester last year. Halfway there tour with my ex, unfortunately. Yep. I didn't go see the Night Driver tour. I wanted to, though, but the tickets sold out in a matter of seconds. Pigs Can Fly tour. I went to the Nottingham... No. I can't remember. It might have been Birmingham. I can't remember. And then I mean, it counts as a busted gig, but busted in 2015 and 14. And then obviously a ticket for everyone. It was either a ticket for everyone or a ticket for everyone else, which was in the same year. I cannot remember that far back. But yeah. Busted 2014 and 2015, if you can count that as a busted show. Pigs Can Fly, Halfway There, 20th. Yes, 7 times. Shall we call it 6? Because technically it was half a busted show and half a McFly show. Ooh, excuse me. Yeah, the Night Driver tour, they only played the small venues, which I was like, oh. So, and it would have been my very first time actually going to the small venues. So I think they were going to play, I think they played Rock City. If I'm having a look at now, actually, let's have a look at them. Yeah, they played De Montfort Hall in Leicester. They played the Corn Exchange in Cambridge, the Plymouth Pavilions in Plymouth. They played the Brighton Centre in Brighton, the O2 Apollo in Manchester, the Portsmouth Guildhall. Rock City in Nottingham. And they played a few shows in Japan and the rest of Europe. Yo! Oh, they played the Troubadour in Los Angeles. That's another place I'd love to... in America, the Troubadour. Irving Plaza. Oh, MSG, Madison Square Garden, is a place I would love to go. I mean, I could go there for a show, or I could go there for a baseball match, or whatever you call it. Yankee Stadium. I'd love to go Yankee Stadium. Now, we're getting really off topic. That's a sport thing. No. There's another concert venue, isn't there, in New York, I'd love to go to. I can't remember what it's called now. Rockefeller Music Hall, is that a thing? I can't remember. I'm literally now just talking out of my backside. Royal Albert. Oh, they played Royal Albert Hall. That's a place as well, Royal Albert Hall. There you go. That's another one. I'd love to go Royal Albert Hall. At the Royal Albert Hall. Pigs Can Fly was Nottingham. Can I remember? Never mind. Anyway, I'm going to end the podcast here. I'm going to try each end of the podcast. I will try and do a themed thing, like a goodbye. Seeing as it's a busted thing, the busted review. Thunderbirds, I'll go. How about that? I should have pressed end then. It's going to feel awkward and weird now. Anything else I could do, maybe? She's pretty fine. I think that's a perfect ending, maybe. A lyric, yeah. It's what I go to school. Nah. I'm trying to think of a... I'm trying to think of a good outro. 59 minutes and counting. I've got to end it here. Thunderbirds, I'll go. There you go. Have a good night.